are they? And there they call me prisoner. I don't know, man. Like there's some serious changes that need to be done for pretrial confinement, man, in the military, and just a commander's authority to throw someone in there. My gosh, it's crazy. I mean, it is hard though. It is hard. A commander can't do it on his own. He has to get the group commander to sign off on it, and then ultimately the wing commander, I believe, who has convening or court martial convening authority, needs to sign off on it as well. So okay, it is maybe hard, but it went through all of them, and even the judge on my 7 day review, he agreed with it all and kept me in jail. Like it went through four freaking commanders, literally. I'll name them all: Lieutenant Colonel Vasquez, excuse me, Lieutenant Colonel Vasquez, Colonel Roche, Colonel Taylor, who was a previous wing commander, and then Colonel LaFavor, Lieutenant Colonel LaFavor. Like, wow, they all missed it. They all missed it.
So
Well, they're
either
all in
they
on it.
just they took the word of
Yeah.
that commander and was like,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Because I mean, throughout the entire period, I'm sure there was plenty of briefs that went up the chain of command about you and kind of the situation and what's going on because they got to update the chain of command. So that
Yeah.
individual at the top and everybody in between probably already heard your name several times, figured you're a problem child. And then when the
Yeah.
time came, it was like, hey, this guy did this and this. And they're just like, okay. And they probably didn't even look into anything that's going on.
Yep.
That's one scenario, right? That comes to
Yep.
mind. The other one is it goes back to that email, right?
Right.
I
Right.
mean, and that's all I need to say. Like, but that's the other scenario in my mind. So I can only think of two things why it would get passed like that and pushed.
Yep. This is why I'm so this is why I'm so, I guess, brazen myself with denying unlawful orders, but they're classifying as lawful. And I'm just chilling in my house. I mean, like I said, I don't know if I said this already, actually. I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning, put on my uniform, and take a picture of myself with my face shaved, send it to my first sergeant with my other phone so he could see the timestamp, so I don't no, like I'm not trying to be sneaky at all, like just straight up. I'm just trying to get someone to listen that can do something about this. And it's so hard to find someone in the military that even wants to even do to tackle this or help me with this. It's crazier.
They don't want to get
But
involved at this point because they see where you're at, and if they
yeah.
do, they're going to be in the same position.
Well, I'm gonna say this too. They're kind of stuck now, my leaders, and they listen to this. They probably know it. Okay. So if they bring me to court martial, okay, if they arrest me and they bring me to court martial and I get acquitted of all charges because of all the crazy, even more so amount of evidence that I got, how insane would that look, dude? Two arrests, two court martials, two full acquittals. Seriously, they need to think about that. Okay. They
Yeah,
need,
that's
okay.
true.
And the other thing is they've now all said I'm in violation of lawful orders, including the wing commander. He said I'm in violate if he said if I continue to act out my misconduct or whatever, you're in violation of the UCMJ. So the scenario for that is if they don't do anything, if they let me have my MEB and get out of the Air Force and I get my honorable, they already told me that I'm in violation of the UCMJ. They're just gonna tell me that and not do anything about that. Like
Well,
that looks bad.
what
What?
about their violation of the UCMJ for all the setups and all the bullshit
Oh,
that they
oh hell yeah.
their violation?
I can't. Yeah, we're still on screen recording. Damn, my bad.
Yeah, what
Okay,
about
but since you
fucking
brought that up,
U.S.
if
Code
you guys,
1107 Alpha with your email? They know about that shit. What about that? What about
yeah,
violating fucking federal law?
yeah, dude, they don't care. Oh my gosh, dude, I don't know. That's what my civil lawsuit will be for. Scott, have you heard of this before? Title 10 USC 8583 requirements of exemplary conduct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this for all them watching. Requirements of exemplary conduct is this freaking statute. All commanding officers, and I made this in red because I don't know if they can even read at this point, respectfully, and others in
Probably not.
authority, dude, in the Air Force, like your supervisor, falls under this. To show themselves in good example of virtue, honor, patriotism, and subordination, to be vigilant in inspecting the conduct of all persons who are placed under their command. And this one's read, to guard against and suppress all dissolute and immoral practices, and to correct according to the laws and regulations of the Air Force all persons who are guilty of them. And then the fourth one, to take all necessary and proper measures under the laws, regulations, and customs of the Air Force to promote and safeguard the morale, the physical well-being, and the general welfare of the officers and enlisted persons under their command or charge, dude.
which they
Wow.
didn't do.
Which they didn't, and they continue not to. And the biggest amount of evidence now that I have on Senior Master Sergeant Hunt, who is a SEL, which is a senior enlisted leader to the commander, he admits in text messages, because I got him to admit it, that he believes that I believe I'm being harassed. Because I asked him, do you believe me? Do you think I'm lying or do you believe me? Thank goodness he answers. He says, yeah, I believe you. I believe that you believe it, but I don't believe it. So he doesn't believe that I'm being harassed, but he believes that I believe I'm being harassed. So that alone right there, though, that's terrible. You replace the word harassed with raped. It sounds egregious. Watch. If a girl said to her supervisor, "Sir, I'm being raped at work. Do you believe that I believe this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I believe that you believe it, but I don't believe you're being raped." And then it ends up she is. That guy is in trouble. He's in trouble regardless for not looking into it. And there's an AFI on it right here that says zero tolerance for unlawful discrimination or harassment. It is a policy of the United States Gov, the Department of the Defense, and the Air Force not to condone or tolerate unlawful discrimination of any kind. Now in red, the zero tolerance policy ensures that once lawful discrimination or harassment is alleged, that's what I'm doing here. I'm alleging
Yep.
that it's being done. They're not convicted of it. To investigate and resolve the actions or allegations, any airman, military, or civilian who engages in unlawful discriminatory practices or harassment of any kind may face disciplinary action, of course. Blah, blah, blah. And the last read, leaders and commanders will ensure all types of unlawful discrimination or harassment are stopped and behavior corrected as soon as possible once they are made aware. I've sent this to them so many times in text messages to the wing commander, and they ignore it. I tell the superiors above them, the AFSOC commander, General Barfine, and the new one, General Cohen, I think is his name. They ignore me. I go above them, the SecAF, Secretary of the Air Force, Miss Dalton. It used to be Frank Kendall. They leave me ignored. The only people I haven't hit up yet is the Secretary of Defense, the Vice President, and Biden. And I don't even want to email them. Well, how are they going to help? What the? This is this is this is
Well,
chaos.
they're probably sitting there thinking it's not my problem, and those commanders should be able to handle this situation without me interfering. And it's
Yeah,
obvious they fucking can't. They don't know
right,
what the fuck they're doing. Like
right.
it's ridiculous.
Just like everything else, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
They don't
and
care.
this one I skipped. It says the department does not tolerate or condone harassment. Harassment jeopardizes combat readiness and mission accomplishment, weakens trust within the ranks, and erodes unit cohesion. Well, no shit. Weakens trust within the ranks. I have no trust for them due to the harassment. Like it's all right here. Policies written by generals or whoever wrote this that they don't abide by, but they tell me to abide by my my AFI 1-1 crap. Man, it's so hypocritical. And I want to read this too. Take no part in the worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead, expose them. So this is my duty to expose them to the best of my ability, respectfully, peacefully, lawfully, you know what I'm saying?
See, what's going to happen is when people see this or people understand your situation, what happened, right? They're going to look at their leaders like, "What the fuck did y'all do? Like, what's
Right.
going on?" And they're going to lose trust with their leaders if they haven't lost it already because of the whole COVID
Right.
fucking debacle, anyways. And
Yep.
then what the chain of command is going to do is they're going to try and blame, I'll just say you,
Oh yeah.
for fucking disrupting the good order and discipline of the
Yeah.
fucking post. When if you go to the core of the problem, and we go all the way back to the beginning,
Yeah.
they're the fucking individuals that did this whole thing. They could have put a stop to it. They could have not gone this far. They could have just,
Right.
but they
Right.
kept pushing, and they're obviously bluntly lying, making shit up, forging documentation, right?
Yep.
And like, but they're not either. They're stupid, and as I always say, it's like either
Right.
these people are stupid or they're
Or
just
evil.
going along with it. Like
Yeah. That's what I said
either,
too. They're
no,
either negligent, which is not okay, or highly malicious.
yep, that's exactly.
Yeah, and both are shitty. Both are bad. Both are bad, equally as bad, right? Like,
Mhm.
dude, crazy, huh?
Because if you go on the stupid side of it, like if they just they don't know what they're fucking doing, right? Um,
Yeah,
the problem with that is you've already well, like me and Scott, and probably you as well, a lot of stuff you're showing, like these individuals are doing this, so we actually show them that it's illegal,
yeah,
and we show them the laws, the rules, the regulations that they're violating, and they just don't give a fuck.
right.
So I, I
Huh.
don't think they're stupid.
Right, right. Same, same.
I believe it's purposely being done.
Exactly. Right. There's no way they're that dumb, dude. No way.
I mean, logically,
Yeah,
that's the outcome I would come with.
yeah. And that's good for us to give them the benefit of the doubt too. You know that we don't think they're dumb.
No, I don't.
I
I
don't
think
think our government is dumb.
if anybody can read and you're showing them, hey, you're violating this, you're not doing this right.
Right.
If they can read and
Yeah.
comprehend what they're reading, like I just, it
Yeah.
has to be purposely done. That's my
Right.
opinion.
Right. Because there's no way all these people could be negligent and dumb. Like just constantly, 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 dumb, 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 dumb.